Well, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's episode, we are going to be doing 10 Dollar Tree Valentine's Day themed craft projects. I have so many fun ideas to share with this holiday season coming up. All right, now let's get crafting. This DIY is going to be using this heart wreath form and 2 or 3 of these packs. Now I did open up 2 packs of each of these colors, the hot pink, the peach, and then the cream, but I didn't end up using all of them. I definitely had stuff left over. But what you're going to do is you're going to add some hot glue onto the wire, and then you're just going to keep filling in these flowers. I like to mix them up so it looked like it was a bouquet of flowers. This is so easy, and these new flowers that they have at the Dollar Tree are so pretty. They look like roses when they're all together. Then I came back in with this new flower, these roses that they have on a bushel. I cut them all apart so that I can add in all these little greeneries and smaller roses. There's something about adding that in, really made them look like a bouquet of flowers. So just go back in and fill them in where you want that greenery to be, and when it's all done, it's ready to be hung up on your door to display. I found this wood piece in the Dollar Plus section. It was $3. I've spent a lot of time building things like this, and I figured, you know what, let's do a real quick one with this. So I'm first going to put on just a rough, kind of a almost sloppy white paint. I want to get that farmhouse look without it looking completely polished and painted white everywhere. And then now I created a shape of hearts, added some hot glue, lined it up, flipped it over, and glued on the hearts. This was the quickest way to do the heart pom-pom versus trying to hand put each one on. This took me seconds to do. Now I'm going to add some glue and some burlap ribbon at the back to change the direction of hanging it up. And then I'm going to add a bow using that same ribbon. And the last thing to finish it up, I'm just going to add a simple little white button right in the middle. How adorable. For this DIY, I'm going to be using this gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using 3 of these wooden grapevine hearts that they came out with, a little bit of boxwood that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I have a big long garland strand of it, and I just cut it off when I needed, and then some of these new roses from the Dollar Tree as well from the springtime. So I'm cutting off a strip of ribbon, and I'm going to just simply bring up it around the back side of the heart, glue it in place, and then bring that front tall part onto the bottom of that other heart. And then I'm going to come in with some boxwood, add a simple little rose right into the center of it, and this makes the cutest little wall hanging. You can hang this in front of a mirror, you can hang it on a small skinny part on a wall in your home. I think this is just so darling, and it's so easy to make and costs pennies to make. Sometimes I think home decor can be so overpriced, and I just love these little type of things like this that cost pennies to make, because it really does make such a difference in your home. Now I'm going to add at the very top a loop of twine and a touch of a bow to hide that kind of messy part of the twine, and it's ready to be hung up. We are going to be taking 2 of these long wood pieces from the craft section at the Dollar Tree, some of these hearts, and then I know so many of us have tons of these boxes after this last couple years with all the DIYs everyone was doing with them. If you have them left over, this is a great project for you. So we're going to take 4 of these, and we're going to glue those opening cutouts to each other so that you don't see them. And then we're going to glue 2 more together so that on the outside of this box you only see the nice wood pieces that are not cut out. Now we're going to take those longer rectangle pieces, and we are going to go ahead and glue that onto the front and the other side so that you don't see all those joints in there. Now I'm going to take some of my wood putty and I'm going to just fill in those holes. And given you could technically skip this rectangle piece, but I wanted to make it look more high-end, that it was one continuous wood box. So at this point, after that wood putty had dried, I sanded it, I painted it, and I added in some foam squares inside the box for some florals in a minute. Now on the front, I'm going to take some of these hearts, do a wood stain and glue them on. And you can see here, this obviously has a Valentine's Day theme, but it's not a hit you over the head theme. This has a very spring theme where it has just hearts on it. And this is what I'm saying about these types of projects. You definitely can get the look without it being too themey. This DIY is super easy to do. You're going to take one of these wooden hearts from the Dollar Tree and 1.5 of the nautical ropes. You're going to cut off this twine that they have on there because we're not going to be needing that. And then we're going to simply start by taking our rope and gluing it on the bottom, but where it's hanging over the edge a little bit, because we're going to come around on the top side to create another layer, and that's going to create a really beautiful tray with this heart. As you take your hot glue, just keep following along the shape of the heart, making sure that you're going over that edge just a little bit, and then just keep going along the shape, making sure you put enough glue so it really binds to the heart. And then when you get to the very end of the heart, the point, you're going to glue it to the side of that other rope, and then you're going to come up around and bring it around the top of the other side of the heart. Then you're going to just simply repeat the same process. You're going to add some more glue and then put down the rope. Now you can see here that I'm untwisting it just a little bit to make it a little bit thicker, because in a minute we're going to put glue in between the two ropes. I don't want to see the wood heart coming between the two ropes. We want to make sure that's sandwiched in there really nicely, so all you see when you look on the side of this tray is going to be the rope. Then when you get back down to the point of the heart, go ahead and cut off the extra, twist everything into place with some hot glue, and make sure it's nice and sealed. Now here I am coming back in with that hot glue, and I'm just sandwiching those ropes together, making sure it's a nice clean finish so you don't see that heart in between. Then you're going to take that other half of the rope, this is where I said 1.5 ropes, and you're going to go around one more layer around the heart. This rope is long enough to be able to go around the heart 2 times, but you need a half a rope to be able to finish the complete thing. And then you're going to have some handles that you're just going to simply glue on one side and then on the other side. This tray is adorable, and you can put whatever you want on it and display it throughout the springtime. This DIY is super simple. Now, if you are one of the lucky ones was able to find a whole bunch of them, then I have another project that's coming today where I'll be showing more of these in a project. But for now, I'm going to show what you can do with these bags. I think you can cut them up and do all kinds of fun things with them, but I thought how sweet would it be to make these little treat bags to stick inside someone's lunch, maybe your spouse when they're going off to work and you just stick it in their lunch bag. Or you could just stick it on someone's little pillow so that they can find it. So I'm just adding on some gingham ribbon, some greenery, and then some of these little flowers, just popping them all on there. And then you can fill it with whatever you want. Some little treats, a cute little sweet note for the person you're giving it to. I decided to also cut off that tag inside. Just thought I would note that too, because I felt like that was really showing up when you could see it from the outside. And then here I am, I'm adding in some of these yummy Kit Kat raspberry treats that are really good, and some kisses. For this DIY, we're going to use 2 of these roses and a pretty sparkly glitter frame from the Dollar Tree. Both of these are from the Dollar Tree. Then I took a piece of scrap paper. I took out the backing insert and then I cut down that scrapbook paper to size. I wanted to use a neutral paper that had some texture to it. Glued it on and popped it back into the frame. Then I popped off all of the flowers, all of the rose heads. And I'm going to continue to glue them into the shape of a heart. Now you really could do any shape. You could even do a letter for your family's initial, a monogram. And then I'm going to come back in with these little leaves and I'm just going to pop them inside because I really loved that added color of the green. This project is so simple. We're going to take some of this red ribbon from the Dollar Tree, the heart formed frame. We're going to take that ribbon and we're going to simply just wrap it around all the way from the top back up to the other side again. And the reason why we're doing this is just so that we give our pom-poms something to hold on to. Now you could do just one specific color, but I thought it looked like cute little candy drops all over this by putting all these different colors of pink and then the white. Make sure you pack them in really tight. That gives it a higher quality look and it really just looks so adorable hanging up on any door in your home. Okay, this one might be my favorite DIY because I love these little houses. I know so many of you have had such a hard time trying to find these houses. I ended up purchasing them online. So I found some inspiration a long time ago with these cute little houses that were made out of 2x4 logs or sticks. 2x4s. We're just going to say that and stick with that. And I'm going to be copying the inspiration of that with their color scheme. I found that on Pinterest a long time ago. So I painted one house a really pretty gray and another house white, and then I added the little windows, and now I'm coming back in with those sticks again, those popsicle sticks, and I'm going to cut 2 of them down to size to make little doors on the house. Now these houses can be used so many different ways, but I decided to use the back side because it really went along with the inspiration picture that I just fell in love with. So once I did that, I decided I needed some hearts. And this is again why I like these sticks. So I'm sketching on half of a heart. I cut all the way across. And the trick is you want to cut off clean lines versus trying to round the corner. It'll splinter less and it'll allow you to be able to get the shape that you want. So once I had the half of the heart, I went ahead and flipped it over, traced it on again to make sure that they match up nicely with one another. And then I went ahead and followed the same steps to cut that out. Once I had it all cut out, I was able to glue it onto the top of my white house. And they come together so perfectly, so cute. What an affordable way to be able to have a heart on hand for your spring and Valentine's Day themes that you're doing. Then I decided to paint it a creamy yellow. I thought that would be really pretty. And then I'm coming back in with a coral pink color. I love coral pink so much. I think it is such a pretty color. So I'm just adding in some yellow to the pink that I had on hand. And then I'm going to paint that on the door to make the door really stand out on this cute little house. Once I had that one painted, I moved back over to the other door. I took some brown paint, black paint, and then a little tiny bit of gray and some water to make almost like a stain for my little sticks. And I'm just really carefully taking my time on that so I don't get it on anything I don't want it to get it on. And then I'm coming back in with some nails and I'm just going to hammer that into the top. I put 2 on one of the houses and then 1 on the other. And then on that wood stain, once it was done drying, I came back in with a really tiny fine tip brush and I'm just going to hand paint on these cute little ferns. I thought this would be so pretty and so delicate, but yeah, a little surprise. I like little things like this on my home decor because it, catches your eye and it looks so cute on a shelf. Then over on the house, because there are 5 family members, I'm going to put 5 for the ensembles.
And once I had that painted, I went and made one more little heart. I thought, why not? Let's put one on the other house on the door. And I painted that little heart pink. I just think that this is such a cute, darling little touch. Now the last part, again, you can skip this if this is not your thing, but I really do like a little bit of a distressing because I just feel like I have a lot of white creamy walls and it makes things just stand out more. For this DIY, we are going to take some florals, some twine, and then one of the rings from the 3D wreath form, the ball that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And we are going to cut off some of the roses. You want to make sure you're cutting off the wire part because this is so easy to get this look. I'm going to take one of those roses that has the wire in it. It's easier if you just put your forearm on it and then not struggle with the plants to the side like I just did. And then I'm just going to simply twist it right on there and it stays on really, really well. I'm just twisting and twisting until I get it into the position that I like. And then I'm going to continue to repeat that with all of the other ones that I cut as well, just twisting them right onto the wreath. Once I had those on, I'm going to take a piece of twine and the ferns that are on that particular flower from the Dollar Tree, the roses. I'm taking this fern stem and I'm taking some twine and I'm just wrapping that on there because this is going to pop off. So I wanted to make sure it was secured on there really well. Plus I wanted it to dangle down on the sides just like it's looking right now. Then I'm going to go back in with some roses. I pulled out the wires from them so it has the nub of the flower's bottom part, and I'm just going to snug that down in there. It fits nicely in with the fern and all the twine. Flip it over and glue it on the back side to make sure everything is nice and secure. And this is the easiest project and has such a big impact. And then the last thing, I just added in a couple of roses into the centers and it was done. I hope you all felt inspired with these 20 new craft ideas for Valentine's Day, that you have fun trying them out. Leave a comment down below to let me know which one you like and which one you think you will try. And remember, I have another mega video where I have more projects. I'm going to link that here so you can check it out, and another video just in case you're interested. Thanks so much for stopping by, and until the next episode, bye friends.